trying to involve myself in shit. All it was just a fucking bubbling that happened. And then she stopped.
And then the part where she told you to pull over and you pulled over and got out of the car and she's like, no, get back in the car. Only then to tell you to get back out of the car.
No, because they were waiting for more officers to felony stop us.
Oh yeah, there was so many.
And then she wants to say about my little steps. I told her, look at my feet when I walk back. I take one step. Like, just tell me meters. Walk back like 2 meters. Done. Boom. What are these fucking large steps?
Yeah, sure.
Shut up, Abdul.
Sure, bro. Sure,
What?
whatever you say, bro.
Fuck off, Abdul.
So, if there was a dash cam to this, some police officers will really take some suspensions, huh?
Well, you know the worst part about this, Abdul, right? Here's the kicker. While we're there and they're doing the felony stop, I said, why am I being stopped? Because you've got someone kidnapped. I yell back into the car, Billy, are you kidnapped? He yells out, no. Straight up. And they all said that they didn't hear anything? Like, fuck off.
Why didn't you call him as a witness? You could have cleared that up.
I mean, calling me as a witness can be dangerous because I'll probably just end up going ham on fucking PD and getting contempt myself.
I mean,
you know what it's like with me as a witness, Abdul.
Her client is what matters to her. I'm no offense.
Hey. Billy wouldn't let me catch contempt.
Just saying, bro.
Abdul, you know what it's like getting me on the stand. I'm gonna fucking make them cry. Then I'll get in trouble.
I wanted to see that.
In fact, I'm just shocked I'm up here, not you, Reggie. Like, that's what surprised me the most. I was like, why am I being arrested?
I don't know, man.
Just let us both go.
I just went with it because I was like, well, you know, I already got felonies, so whatever.
I'm glad you didn't fuck up too much in the cells.
Well, I hope you will find not guilty, but
there should be no reason why it's felony obstruction of justice.
But honestly, bro, I was so confused. Confusion means usually not guilty. Because it's the officer's job to make it very clean and precise, not the defendant. And they seem to be very confused. Look at them huddling, bro. Look at them.
The dead beady
A
eyes.
little circle chat.
I don't know. I really felt like a little biased towards the PD on this one, though.
Abdul.
What's that?
I got another good part to it, right? He straight up says to me, "What, you think I wouldn't break off this chase and pull you over?" Straight up said it, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You're too busy," and then she gets on the radio and says she's breaking off. So that was their choice to do that. It was their choice to continue interacting. It's the easiest way I can explain this, right, is say that PD have a cordoned off area, right, because it's a crime scene, and then someone's standing across the road watching it, right, and then the police officer walks over and tells them to leave. Jesus Christ, Abdul. Tells them to leave. And then they say, well, am I in the containment zone? They say no, but I want you to leave. And then the officer continues interacting with them and then tries to charge them with felony obstruction of justice. They can't do that because it was their own volition that they walked over and interacted with that person. That person didn't force that on the officer. The officer interacted with that person. So it's a very similar situation with this because that officer then decided to break off a chase and interact with the car.
And all the other officers did as well.
It was their own volition that did that.
All right.
All bow before the almighty Judge Brittany Angel.
Brittany Angel!
Bow your heads in her presence.
Whoa!
All right, I'm gonna be right back into session. Thank you again, Dingo.
No problem, man.
Okay, well, I have reached deliberation with the assistance of the Honorable Dingo Dan here. So we're gonna go through these things one at a time. First off, with false reporting, this charge is pretty generic and it's pretty generous in favor of the state. To be found guilty of this charge, you essentially only need to report a false or non-existent crime. Now, in hearing a lot of the testimony that was put before the court and in listening to the witness testimony that was provided, it's quite clear that there was a crime that was reported to the police officers, which they took very seriously. It's also clear that Billy Thorne was not, in fact, being kidnapped based off of the statements that he made in the report, as well as statements that he made in front of the court on the witness stand. So there is only a little bit of burden of proof that needs to be met here. Essentially, all that the prosecution needs to do is prove that he reported a false.
So I think
charge
that he was going to
against
get
Friday.
that, right?
Now, the language for report is also pretty vague. That could mean, just calling it out to someone. That could mean, specifically seeking out a police officer and making a report with them. However you want to interpret it, that's fine. I'm the judge, and I'm the one who's going to be interpreting it today. Mr. Billy claimed that he was having a conversation with his friend, and whether that may or may not be the case is quite clear. Officers were aware of what was being said and what he was claiming, and they took it quite seriously. So, as far as the charge of false reporting goes, I am going to be finding Mr. Billy Thorne guilty. Now, as for the charge of felony obstruction of justice,
This can't
that's
stick.
where things get a little bit more difficult.
This can't
Felony
stick.
obstruction of justice requires that he
Yes, he needs to have the
discovery,
intent.
apprehension, conviction, or punishment of a person. And this could include inserting himself into an ongoing criminal act or investigation. Now, in this case, it's not clear whether or not he intentionally did this in a way to help these criminals get away. And in fact, it's quite clear that he did not intentionally do so, based off of the statements provided by the police, and also based off of statements provided by him. However, that doesn't necessarily clear his name. There is a lesser charge with the same name, misdemeanor obstruction of justice, which only requires that he recklessly or with criminal negligence hinder the discovery, apprehension, conviction, or punishment of a person who committed a crime. Now, it is the court's belief that he does not meet the burden of proof for felony obstruction of justice, but that misdemeanor obstruction of justice would be a more appropriate charge.
How? Because he doesn't even know the chase is happening.
We'll also be finding Mr. Thorne guilty of misdemeanor obstruction of justice, which is going to reduce his time or his sentence to 0.
But we can pay out because he didn't get felony.
Time served and a $640 fine. That is the decision of this court. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're fucking welcome.
That's what you said.
I'm pretty sure I said it's not felony.
Okay, I believe we need
Duel.
to
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, misdemeanor. Yes, Your Honor. It's not a felony.
Crazy, but I was told I don't know what I'm talking about.
Denzel, if you could please find Mr. Thorne. Thank you.
Loser.
What'd you say, Billy?
I'm dual chill, man.
Well, your boy was an idiot, so sorry you had to take it.
Finger.
I mean, you say idiot, but I was right.
What's going on, man?
I don't know.
Crazy.
I'm just, here to pick up my keys to the
Truthfully,
prison.
I'm
I
letting
believe
you know, you did not
you
deserve
understand
your
why I
voice.
take such
No.
issue with
I'm
the
looking.
involved and they're never being actually used.
Thank you, and I'm sorry everybody's time got
You can
wasted.
can't you use officer discretion at that
So
point?
I understand that there might be
Yeah, I
particular
could.
difficulties
The
in
only
your
reason
case,
I did it,
considering
I'm
that
not
your
gonna lie
phone
to you, is 'cause
was
the whole
taken.
strong arm thing
Which
is
is
kinda
something
like,
that
Well,
we
let's
need
go
to
fuck
think
ourselves
about.
over here, Schwingle.
was kinda like
No, it's fucking cool. Let's just go
You
fuck
have to-
ourselves.
Okay.
Loser.
Okay.
I'm going out of my way to put a
Damn.
state announcement out for you to come down here, and then you don't use them in a trial. It's a giant waste of their time. It's disrespectful to them, and it's not something that I'm okay with.
Come out, come out.
You know, we don't have that many years on this planet, and spending an hour of it standing around waiting for your turn to be called, only to be told that you're not needed, is essentially criminal. You've stolen an hour of that person's life, and he's never getting it back.
When you give officers a hard time, it's like, damn, come on, man. Not you.
I don't think I can help you out with that, man.
Become a dick. Here you go. He's your bill, brother. You should be able to collect all your stuff downstairs, yeah?
Yeah, I think
And,
so.
yeah, you're good to go. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry for wasting your time again.
Nah, you brother. Listen. It's good for the lawyers because it's their job. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of the job, right? So it's all good. Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, take it easy.
Let's go, Billy.
How's it going, man?
So what did you learn? Billy,
What?
what did you learn?
Well, not all cops are cool.
Fuck, I enjoy stirring them too much. It's too much fun.
You know, I didn't think he was like he really wanted to stick the felony obstruction, but I kept saying like the key word in there is intentional, intentional.
Yep,
like,
that's why I said it at the thing.
yeah.
I didn't want to listen to me because I don't know shit. Fucking wild.
Yep. It is what it is, but he didn't want to work with me, but I thought it would be, the only reason I talked was, oh, dude, I'm so close to passing out too, because I wanted to pass out in the courtroom so I'd have a better case at suing them, because, I mean, she fucking rear-ended us, Oh, thanks. Because they never offered me EMS, not once.
Oh, they didn't ask us either.
Like, how many times did we say, like, car was struck, made contact, however you want to fucking word
Hey,
it.
that was a wild thing to hear.
What was it?
Rub
Kiss
doors.
Rub doors, that was
Yeah.
it.
What the fuck? That was not a fucking door rubbing. It was a bubble. I'm not gonna fucking
Yeah, it was
stress too hard on that, but it was definitely not a fucking door rub.
I'm surprised that you're still awake, man.
Oh, I wanted to hang out and watch it.
Yeah, but even before that, you were still awake. You and Atlas spending a lot of time together. You just.
I told you we're getting to know each other. Oh, my head. He spoke it into existence. Oh. You see, I love trials. I love bench trials and that kind of stuff, but it's hard when you're a serious lawyer and you're going against people that aren't that versed. It looks like you're just ruffle stomping them, which sucks for them and doesn't make it fun. But that's like where your fun is being that strong lawyer that pushes that. You want to be a feared lawyer that you know when you're going against them, you need to have your fucking shit sorted. That was the enjoyable part about law and the DOJ for me. Was knowing when what the cops would say when Reggie walked into the cells. They're like, oh fuck. That's the fun. You want to be feared. You don't want to have to kid glove everything. I missed out on my Dexter shows. Fucking 4 a.m. Learn from their loss. I mean, I wouldn't say it's fun for them to learn from the loss. I think that it can make court very scary for some people when doing that, which is not a good thing, right? Because they're too like cornered, and it stresses them out, which I understand 100%. Which is why after cases, Reggie would go and talk to the prosecution and say, just so you know, this is what you could have done through these bits, and this is what I was doing, so they understand more of Reggie's points with how he was. So it does help them learn and that kind of stuff. Like, I think people have fun when they're enjoying it, but if they keep getting shut down, one side's clearly having fun, the other side's being like, well, fuck, this is shit. I understand that. It's just it's a hard balance because you want to have a feared lawyer, but then you also don't want to really fuck up someone's day and make it shit for them. That's the hard bit. Enjoyed the experience? Good. Reggie's just a cunt. That's all he is. Reggie, straight up, the easiest way for me to explain it is Reggie's a cunt. He's just a very aggressive person when it comes to that shit. You say you can't see it?
No, no. I was like, oh, I have keys, and I go to get in the other car over there, and I, you know,
Oh, nice.
smash the window and lock the door. You know.
Billy, pass the keys through. Remind me, I gotta take them off you.
Yeah, well, you know, there's not really like a hole or anything.
Atlas, can you pop the center console, please? Back.
No,
There's
just
little
get them
witness.
later, man.
Okay, where am I taking you all?
Yeah.
Billy,
well,
where
I
are you
guess
going?
Sewer.
Oh, right here. What a coinky dink.
Yeah. How do you
heading to bed?
Yeah, I
what
am.
do you think that lawyer did?
Actually, just drop me off here then. I might. That's literally my car there. So.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, so Billy.
Okay,
Nice chat.
I'll save you.
All right, see you later, Atlas.
Thank you, Reggie.
Oh, go fuck
right.
yourself, Perez, you
Appreciate
miserable
it,
cunt.
Do you think we have
Yeah, I
a
spoke
chance at
to
a
him.
civil case?
Yeah. All
That's
right, see you, Red.
All right.
Okay. Okay. There's potential. All right. Sounds good.
I wouldn't pursue a civil case because then they might push the liability onto me for having you in the trunk.
Oh, I guess I can't push the case because, you know, it was liability on Reggie for having me in the trunk, so.
I didn't have you in a restrained seat.
Because I shouldn't have been in the trunk in the first place.
Well, it's not you shouldn't have been. I just didn't have you on a restrained safe spot. Right?
Oh. Yeah, I'll get the, you know, I'll go to the hospital anyways. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. All right. Bye. Hospital. Chop chop.
I'm going to bed. Fuck
I'm
off.
just kidding. Oh, okay. How do you think that lawyer did?
Not too bad. Fucked up a little bit. Shouldn't have asked about the fucking Miranda shit. You
Yeah,
need
the
to
whole
learn
thing-
something. When you're
Don't talk under Miranda.
well, that, but more so when you're on the stand and you start throwing out I don't recall to the other questions, that makes it look worse for you, right? You need to really think about your statements and what you're going to say in a way that they're not going to be able to expand on it and shut that shit down. Yeah.
And nice wheels.
I
Thanks.
didn't want to lie on the stand, and I don't know. I didn't know how to, you know, say it. You know, because it was a very plain question, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I thought the whole "don't recall" thing could have worked. So at that point, I was like, okay, I can either, you know, say I don't recall, and then suddenly, like, a lot of my things are just, oh well, I was going for the he was injured angle, right? And then I wanted to push that. But it was.
But the problem is you remember that you're in the trunk and that kind of stuff, right? So when you start doing that,
Yeah.
it just brings in the question: are they just trying to do this to shut down anything that the prosecution have to say?
Yeah.
So,
well,
you just
should
need
I
to
have
be
just
smart
pleaded the
about what
fifth
you
then?
say. No. What you should have said
Okay.
was when they asked about if you said you're kidnapped, say that's what I was saying to Reggie, joking around with
Yeah.
him. So you can clarify, right? And just because you didn't clarify when you said it in the cells doesn't mean you can't expand and clarify now in court. So
Okay,
all
yeah.
you need to do
Yeah,
is
that works.
is
Could've
whatever
twisted it.
whatever you say, you need to think about how they can pull that apart. But there's nothing wrong with having a few seconds to think about what you want to say, right? And just waiting. You don't need to straight away answer. You want to think and sit there and go, how could the prosecution try and twist this in a way that's bad for me? Okay, well, if I just clarify in the whole straight away and state This is what I said. Now they could try and shut that down and just say, oh, yes or no. And then that's when your lawyer will ask the clarifying question from there.
Okay.
So your
Yeah,
lawyer
I
should be
just-
able to expand on that for you.
In that moment, the only thing I could think about is the entire prep work we had, Reggie, for me going on the stand was we can either have, you know, if I go on the stand, to just keep it plain, simple, only a couple lines.
Oh, I heard.
Basically,
I heard.
that I was in the trunk. Oh, you could hear me swearing too?
Yes.
Yeah, and just the scope. Just don't focus on the scope of the Miranda. Like,
And I don't
let
know
them
why
get
she
scope
asked
on
that.
it. Yeah, and then when she
I
said that, I
near
was like, what
fucking
is
lost
she
my
doing?
mind. I near lost my
Yeah.
mind when
I mean,
she said that.
Imagine what's going through my head. Like, that's all I could think about, man. I was like,
Yeah.
how?
The one thing she was supposed to not talk about, she spoke about. Fuck.
Yeah, and the one thing she was worried about me talking about, she brought up.
Yeah.
I was, oh man, I thought she threw, but I mean, I wasn't too worried about the charges, man. Like, you know.
Well, we know false reporting was probably going to fucking stick. You're never
Yeah.
going to get felony obstruction. Misdemeanor I could have seen. However, the point needed to be made is that, and stressed about, is that you had no fucking clue that that was a cop, right?
Yeah.
Now, where it gets tricky in the city is, you know, sometimes people can see out of the trunk. Sometimes people can't see out of the trunk. You're not supposed to see, but still some people see. So that's where it gets weird and hard and awkward, right? Which is an angle should have been that the trunk was closed. There was no fucking any way for you to see, right? However, unfortunately,
And I didn't hear
the city-
sirens, you know.
there was no sirens. She had no sirens on. She had lights on, no sirens. Like
But
that
their
officer,
testimony, you know.
fucking fumbled her own fucking statement and said things incorrectly.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I mean, I could only the fact that she said she couldn't even hear me either. But then, how did I false report if she couldn't hear what I was audibly saying out loud?
Yeah.
You know, that's the part I didn't understand. Like, at no point in time, she said I could hear like muffled voices, but at what point in time could she have heard me then, if she couldn't hear me? It just make sense.
Yeah. And she
They heard
also
me say
didn't
I'm
state whether or
kidnapped,
not
but they
her
didn't hear
lights
anything?
or sirens were on.
Yeah.
What should have been brought up in the closing is that at no time did any officer state their lights or siren were on when they did that.
Yeah.
Alright, not a
So
bit.
not a good idea to pursue this civil case.
No, because then they can push liability onto me for having you in an unrestrained seat in the vehicle.
All right. Well, she said there's no like charge on it or whatever.
No,
but
there's no
if you
charge.
think
It
it's a
would be
waste of time-
pushing. It's not about it being a criminal charge. It's about me putting you into a place where you could bounce around and move around and that kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
The liability would
court.
also fall on me. However, the other point to be made is that, yes, she did have her lights on when the point of collision. They didn't ask about medical for you.
how much money you got?
For what? I'm not
I'm
suing
gonna
that.
sue your ass.
Oh, fuck off. Good night. Alright, let's go check the gambler, then it's fucking bench time.
Hello.
Going on.
What's going on, pal? What you up to?
Just come out of a bench trial.
Wait, what happened?
Cops charged Billy with felony obstruction of justice and false reporting because he was in a trunk and a cop wanted to prove a point.
Oh, why'd they charge him with it though?
Because he was joking around saying, oh, I'm kidnapped, after the cop said, are you kidnapped, you know, for him. And the next thing they felony stop us, and I even state to them, Billy, are you kidnapped? He says no, they still continue doing it. So they fuck him just to try and get at me.
What the hell, bro?
Yeah, he got it downgraded to misdemeanor because they were chasing a car and they broke off on it.
Oh, okay, it's not bad.
Yeah. I know I'm just checking this and then I'm going to bed.
That ain't bad.
How was your birthday?
Not too bad. Just hanging out type shit.
Old prick.
Pretty lit. What do you mean prick? What did I do?
Oh, I said you old prick.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting old.
There you are. You'll die soon.
I'm 25.
Jesus. It's a quarter of a century. You're pretty fucking old. Come on, high quality table blueprint, please.
No,
High quality table blueprint.
the whole quarter gone.
Fuck. Oh, we didn't get it. I'm gonna put
Pretty
it.
lit. Alright, I'm going back to Sandy. I'm gonna sell drugs. Good night, bro.
Oh, see you, mate.
Alright, later, bro.
I'm gonna wait till later for the other ones. Do these. Alright guys, that's it. I'm going to bed. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, morning. Whatever it is for you. I'm fucking cooked. It's all over. I need to go to bed. I had some fun. Reggie still has no charges. Great. Billy got fucking charged. Oh, Billy. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, Avery. I'll get your food. Good night.